The Crypt Beneath the Church, Part 1. When I took the job as a night security guard at St. Alora's Church, I thought I'd found the perfect gig. Quiet, easy, and peaceful. Nestled in the heart of an old town, the church was beautiful, with towering stained glass windows and hand-carved pews worn smooth by centuries of prayer. On my first night, the head caretaker, a pale man named Father Ronan, handed me a worn leather-bound manual. "Read the rules," he said quietly. "All of them." I skimmed through quickly. Rule 1. Respect the sanctity of the church. Rule 2. Report any signs of vandalism immediately. Standard stuff. But Rule 3 made me pause. Never enter the crypt after sundown, no matter what you hear. I laughed a little. Seriously. Father Ronan didn't laugh back. "Don't test it. People have gone missing." That stuck with me, but I figured it was just old church superstition. The crypt was down a long stone staircase behind a rusted iron gate in the back hallway. I passed it every night on patrol. Nothing ever happened. For the first few weeks, the job was uneventful. I walked the halls, checked the doors, logged my rounds. Sometimes I'd sit in the pews under the candlelight and admire the stillness. But slowly, things began to feel off. It started with the sounds. One night, just after 1 a.m., I heard whispering. Faint, unintelligible, like a conversation just out of earshot. It was coming from the direction of the crypt. I froze. "Hello," I called, stepping toward the hallway. No answer. Just silence. I stood at the iron gate for a long time. The stairs vanished into blackness below. Something about the air shifted there. It felt colder, heavier. The next night, I heard the whispers again, this time accompanied by faint footsteps, as if someone were walking just beneath the floor. By the end of the week, the noises were louder, sometimes chanting, sometimes a strange humming. Once, I thought I heard someone crying. I told Father Ronan. He just nodded and said, "The rule is there for your safety." "But what's down there?" I asked. His eyes locked on mine. "Something that wants out." I started dreaming about the crypt. Dreams of being pulled down the stairs by invisible hands. Of waking up in total darkness, surrounded by dozens of whispering voices. I jolt awake in a sweat, heart racing. On my 5th week, something new happened. The gate was open. I know I'd locked it the night before. I stood at the top of the stairs, flashlight trembling in my hand. The whispers had stopped. Everything was dead silent. I should have walked away, but I didn't. I stepped down. Halfway, I heard a sound I will never forget. A deep growl, echoing from the depths. And then something moved, fast, just past the edge of my light. I turned and ran, slamming the gate shut, locking it again. When I looked back, there were handprints on the inside of the gate, as if someone or something had tried to claw its way out. I didn't sleep that day, or the next, but something changed in me. I couldn't stop thinking about the crypt, about what was inside, about what it wanted. And then, on the 7th night, I found a note on my security desk. Scrawled in red ink, "You've already broken the rule. Now it's your turn to stay." The Crypt Beneath the Church, Part 2, Final Part. The note haunted me. "You've already broken the rule. Now it's your turn to stay." I almost quit. I nearly packed up and left town altogether. But something about St. Alora's Church had wormed its way into my mind. The more I tried to forget the crypt, the louder it called to me. In my dreams, in the silence between footsteps, in the stillness of candlelight. Father Ronan stopped talking to me. He avoided eye contact. When I asked about the note, he just whispered, "It's begun." I didn't know what that meant until the 8th night. I arrived early. Sunset painted the stained glass windows in eerie shades of blood red and gold. As I did my rounds, I noticed small things were off. Candles that I hadn't lit were flickering on their own. The crucifix in the main hall was upside down. The confessional curtain swayed like someone had just left it, though no one had entered. Then came the smell, earthy, rotten, like wet decay. It rolled through the pews like fog, and the whispers, louder than ever. I approached the crypt again, my flashlight flickering even with fresh batteries. The gate was closed, but something was waiting on the other side. I felt it, watching. I should have walked away. Instead, I opened it. This time, I brought a lantern and descended the stone steps slowly. The temperature dropped with every step. My breath clouded the air. The walls were damp, pulsing slightly, as if alive. Cobwebs clung to my arms like fingers. At the bottom, the crypt opened into a wide chamber lined with ancient tombs. Some sealed, some cracked open. A stone altar stood in the center, covered in symbols I didn't recognize. Jagged, carved deep into the rock, still wet with something dark. And then I saw it. A mirror. Not dusty or cracked like everything else, but pristine. Perfect. It stood against the far wall, untouched by time. As I approached, the whispers grew silent. I looked into the mirror. I didn't see myself. I saw dozens of people staring back. Pale, wide-eyed, mouth stitched shut with black thread, all trapped behind the glass. One of them, front and center, was wearing my uniform. His face was twisted in terror. He mouthed something to me. "Get out." Behind me, something growled. I turned, but nothing was there. When I looked back, the mirror was fogged, and then I saw a figure behind my reflection. A tall, robed shape, hollow eyes, skin like stretched wax. It reached toward the glass from the other side and cracked it. The room shuddered. A deep hum filled the air, shaking the bones in my chest. The tombs began to rattle. One by one, they burst open. I ran up the stairs, heart pounding, the crypt collapsing behind me. I slammed the gate shut and sealed it with the iron chain. But the whispers followed. That was a month ago. I've tried to tell people, but no one believes me. They say I'm sleep-deprived, that I imagined it. But every night, at 3:33 a.m., my phone rings once and stops. When I look at the screen, there's a notification I can't delete. It's a photo of me, standing in front of the mirror. And last night, I saw something worse. In the background of the photo, just barely visible, Father Ronan, smiling. But he died 10 years ago, buried in the crypt after his mysterious disappearance. And I finally understood. He didn't hand me the job. He handed me the curse. And now it's my turn to pass it on.